and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Brooklyn. I am currently a substitute teacher in Middle Tennessee, but that is possibly changing. So I am here to make a really cool, huge announcement. I have been accepted into the Disney College program. So if you don't know what the Disney College program is, it's essentially a internship with Disney, a paid internship, where you go and live in Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and you work at the theme parks, at Disney Springs, the resorts, just anything with the Disney company. There are multiple different roles you can have, anything really from janitorial to food service. The most common ones that people get are food service and then merchandising, but you can also be a character attendant. One that I'm interested in is children's activities, where you do activities for the kids at the resorts. There's attractions, it's just, there's so many opportunities that come along with it. But yeah, I have been accepted to it. I don't have all the details yet, obviously, but I kind of wanted to go ahead and make this video to announce that I am possibly moving to Orlando in the next few months. But until then, I am still going to be making content about subbing and stuff like that. So if you're here just for that content, don't worry, it won't go completely away. It'll just be a little less than what it usually is. But I really quickly want to give the application process and the acceptance process for anyone interested in doing the Disney College program, if you're currently waiting on an acceptance into the Disney College program, because there were a lot of questions that I had that while I watched a lot of videos, they weren't always answered. So let's get into that. The first step is the application. Now you can get the application online. I think applications for this program opened January, at the end of January, I think. I didn't even know about it until February 8th. I honestly had heard about the program before. I did not know they were currently accepting people. I did not know it had started back after COVID. I didn't know any of that. So I kind of was just looking one day online and found out. And I was like, I wonder if there's applications right now. There were. And as you know, I've been really struggling with my career path, what I want to do after some really bad experiences when I was teaching full-time at some schools. That's why I'm currently subbing. So I was like, you know what? This might be an opportunity. I'm going to look into it. So I looked into it that day. You go onto the website, click start an application, and you can either create an account with Disney or do it through Snagajob or LinkedIn or something like that. There's another job site that you can link in there, and you won't have to do as much, which is what I did because I already had an account with the other job website. But essentially I did a 10-minute application and submitted it, and I really didn't expect to hear anything back. And then less than 15 minutes later, I got a email saying, sorry, someone came in. It was the custodian getting the trash, and it terrified me. But anyway, so where was I? Okay, so anyway, yeah, 15 minutes after I did my application, I was asked to do a web-based interview. I didn't know how common these were, so I looked it up, and apparently they're decently common. Most people get them pretty much right after they submit their application. So I did not know what the web-based interview was, because it had a lot of information that given to us, be prepared to answer a lot of questions in a timed manner. Please sorry if you can hear kids screaming. The windows in this classroom are the playground's right there, so you can hear them. But anyway, they said a lot in the email they sent me, make sure you're in a quiet room with good lighting, without any distractions, so I thought I was going to be filmed or recorded, so I was terrified. I scheduled it for that evening, so of the 8th, after church. So I took it, I logged on, and it took me probably 15-20 minutes. It was timed, the questions were timed, and they were just general questions, about my personality, are you good under high pressure situations? It was agree to strongly agree to strongly disagree and like stuff like that. It was not filmed, it was not recorded. That's what I thought it was going to be because of how they were making it like sound like you have to be alone, you have to be da-da-da. So I was terrified, but it was not, just so you know, it is not filmed. I couldn't find any information on that whenever I was looking for it. So here it is. The web-based interview, or WBI, is not filmed. About an hour later, I got an email asking me to set up a phone interview. So I scheduled that about 1 hour after I finished WBI. I got the email and set up my phone interview. But I was not able, so I did that on the 8th. I was not able to get an appointment to do my phone interview until the 13th. So like the following Thursday, I think? Monday or Thursday, something like that. Anyway, I scheduled it at 4. So they always like say like, you know, give yourself like 30 minutes before and 30 minutes or 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after, and it's a 30-minute call, so give yourself an hour window. So I was sitting upstairs in my house, and at 3:52 I got the call. So I got the call 8 minutes early. So make sure that you are able to pick up your phone a little early if needed, because my phone call wasn't scheduled till 4 and I got it at 3:52. But anyway, I got that call, and my interview only lasted 12 minutes, which was very nerve-wracking for me because I was like, either they were like, awesome, we know all we need, she's a shoo-in candidate, awesome, or she's absolutely not a great fit for us, we do not need to know any more information. So I was terrified after the fact, but I kind of wanted to let you know some of the things that they talked about in the phone interview, and then some questions that I asked. So first off, straight off the bat, he let me know his name. I cannot remember it. I introduced myself, and he was like, all right, so tell me, why did you want to do the DCP? And I let him know. I was like, well, I kind of gave him like my background and my education and my experience. I was like, I have a degree in educational studies with focus in elementary education, but and I've taught in the classroom before, in some interim positions, long-term sub, that kind of thing, but I'm looking for a way to be able to educate people and instruct outside of a classroom setting, because I'm just finding that that's not the best fit for me. So then after that, he was like, okay, I totally understand. And then he was like, what do you want to get out of the program? And I was like, well, I mean, I would love to just get some experience in something other than teaching, some experience with a lot of different people from a lot of different cultures, as well as I know there are some opportunities to grow within the company, that have like instructional value and like instructional roles. So I was like, I think that would be something I would love to do. And he was like, oh yeah, I want to mention to you something that I think you would be a perfect candidate for. And I was like, okay, what? He was like, the Wilderness Explorers. Have you ever heard of that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. So if you don't know, the Wilderness Explorers are essentially this thing you can do at Animal Kingdom, where there's these little huts set around Animal Kingdom, and you can get like a little booklet, I think, and you go up to the little huts and they give like little presentations on different animals and foliage and plants and stuff and it's a different one in each little area. And if your kid is like doing the Wilderness Explorer thing, or you, if they listen to it, they get a sticker on it, and if they get all the stickers, they become a Wilderness Explorer Scout or something like that. But he was like, I think you would do really great in one of those positions, and he was talking to me about it, and he was like, that's actually part of a professional internship that you can do a month or two after you start your college program. You could apply to that and transfer over to that, and instead of doing like a merchandise job or like something like that. And I was like, oh wow, that would be honestly perfect. So really excited about that. I'm definitely gonna look into that. And he seemed very, the person that I was talking with, the interviewer, he was very complimentary of that, and kept saying how he thought I would be perfect for that, and he wanted me to try that when I got in and stuff like that. But anyway, also he kept saying, when you start your program, when you get in, when you get your acceptance. So like it was like really reassuring me, even if he probably says that to everyone to make them feel better, but it was very reassuring to me to hear that during the interview. But he also asked if I had looked over any roles that I would be interested in, and I said yes. I told him attractions, merchandise, and then children's activities. Attractions, just because I think it would be so fun to be at an attraction. Like if it's a roller coaster, that's awesome, so thrilling, you know, you get to like see like the thrill on people's faces. If it's more of a chill, like a show, even better. I did drama and theater all through middle school and high school. I'm would love to just be like a little part of like, you know, seating them or, you know, doing the lines, like, you know, I just think it's so fun. And if it was say and I also think attractions like one of the attractions that you can do at Disney World on the college program is actually the safari or jungle cruise, which I thought either one of those I would like die if I did either one of those. It would be so fun. And I'm really open to talking and presenting information, so I thought either one of those would be really cool. So I mentioned that to him as well. And then merchandise, I mentioned that because it's something, if you're trained at it in one place, you can pretty much work anywhere in the parks at any merchandise location at any of the parks or any of the resorts. So it would be a really good opportunity for me to be able to pick up shifts a bunch of different places and get to know the parks a little better. And then the last one, children's activities. I think I mentioned it a little bit ago, but it's the one where you like are doing like the bonfires and the pool activities and all the games throughout the day and evening with the kids at hotels who aren't in the parks that day. So just because of my background in education and daycare and everything, I just thought that would be something that might be good for me. He asked, so after I said that, he was like, all right, sounds good. I'll make a note of that. I was like, cool. And then he was like, how do you feel about being a lifeguard? Like, honestly, I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not the greatest swimmer. And he was like, all right, thank you for letting me know. So that's something, if you say no, they're not like, oh, that's what she was going to be, so she's not going to get in. No, they just want to find people who are comfortable with it and are willing to try to do it because that's a position they need filled a little more often. He also asked if I had a driver's license because, like I said, there are a few positions where you would need a driver's license, specific attractions as well, not just transportation, but also like Jungle Cruise, you need a driver's license, and if you're on the train at Animal Kingdom, I think you need a driver's license, and then if you are a safari like guide, you need a driver's license. And then he was like, cool, are there any questions that you have for me? And for me, I had kind of like known all the questions, like the answers to most of the questions, because I had done so much research on it after I realized, oh, this is something I might actually be able to do. So the only question I had for him was a personal question about a religious accommodation, because if you don't know, I am Pentecostal, apostolic. I am, just because of my beliefs, I choose not to cut my hair, but I also choose to follow certain standards of personal modesty. So I know that all of their tops and everything for every single cast member pretty much covers their shoulders and like up here and everything. So I mentioned that and he's like, yeah. And then I was like, however, I also only wear skirts. I don't wear pants or slacks or shorts. And I know some of the uniforms or costumes do have that. And I was like, is there an option where if I got a role that like the main costume was shorts or pants, would I be able to have a skirt option? He was like, yes, absolutely. I just had to put in a religious accommodation form after I got accepted. And I've already done that. He was like, and costuming should be able to get that to you, and just make sure that, you know, your lead knows whenever you get placed that your leads know, so that they know that you're not out of uniform, you're in your religious accommodation uniform, that kind of thing. So that was really good to know. But yeah, so that was how my 12-minute interview went. Like I said, it was very fast. So I got accepted on the 13th. I thought the next Thursday there was going to be a wave, which is like because they send out acceptances in waves, so they send a bunch at one time. So everyone thought the next Thursday there was going to be a huge wave. There was not. There was nothing. So I had to wait till the next Thursday, which was the 23rd, which is actually my mom's birthday. So I got accepted on that day at around 10 a.m. Now, you're supposed to receive an email for your acceptance, but you also have a dashboard where you applied and like do a bunch of stuff that also has like a inbox where you can get your acceptance email, or it'll show up saying that you've been accepted, like instead of like your application saying in progress or in consideration, it'll say like accepted. So I was like checking my email back, and nothing was happening, and all these people were posting, I got accepted, and I was like, I applied. I had my interview 2 weeks ago and I've not been accepted yet. I was so upset. So I was like, I'm gonna check my dashboard, because I saw someone say to go check it because they got their acceptance in there and not in their email. So I checked it about 10 a.m. and my acceptance was in there. I was so excited. So I was like, ah! So I actually was able to, at 10 a.m., accept my offer, go through the process of accepting it and all that, because I didn't want to lose my spot. So I did everything I needed to do it, accept it. Was done with that by like 11. And every single email I was supposed to get in my actual email, I actually got in dashboard for some reason. I don't know if that was like supposed to happen, but a lot of people were saying they were getting in their actual email and I did not. But anyway, so I finished that up and I was like, I guess I'm just not gonna get an email. Then like at 3:45 to 3:53, I have like the timestamps. I got like 10 different emails about all the stuff I had done on the dashboard about my acceptance, housing, like preference, like all this stuff, like disclaimers, my religious accommodation, all that stuff. So it was like there was like a lag between those two, but yeah, I finally got all my personal emails. I have like all of my acceptance. I'm fully accepted. Now, I did I did select dates, and these are tentative. I could change these if I want to. But as of right now, my dates are May 8th through January 4th. So if all goes according to plan and I don't feel like I need to stay here and take another job here or do something else, I will be moving to Disney World May 8th to become a college program cast member. So I'm super excited. I don't have my role. I don't have my roommates. I don't even know what kind of room I'm getting. But you know what? I have my acceptance, so I just wanted to let you guys know. As soon as I get more information, I will make sure to post some update videos. And I also cannot wait to bring you all along on a trip or on this like new life. I am going to Disney World on a trip in 2 weeks, so I will make sure to bring you all along for that. And we'll get a little sneak peek of what life will be like living in Florida. So thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay updated on all the content that will be coming soon, and I'll catch you in the next one.